What's up, everybody? It's Conger Live. We're back again with another TMNT Mutant Madness video. In today's video, we're going to be going over a couple bits of TMNT news for Mutant Madness, and we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming Mutation heroes. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, ringing the bell for notifications. Don't forget to ninja kick the like button and leave a comment with your thoughts on all the content that we put out. It really helps out the channel. With that, let's go get into it. Okay, the first bit of news, some of you may already be aware of this, but we are having the Reclaim the Bindex Hero Economy event coming soon. This event is where you have a chance to earn the newest hero, Mutagen Man. Now, we've known Mutagen Man is coming, and we assumed that he was coming in this season, but technically we don't actually get him till next season because the event doesn't end until January 17th, and this season is ending sooner than that. So a little disappointing there. And then we've also been notified that we're only getting one new hero next season. Alpha 1 is coming soon. Alpha 1 is the smartest foot soldier robot. He's the only foot soldier that could talk. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. It's going to be a new season starting very, very soon on January 6th. And he's going to be part of the new season pass. So they've revamped the season pass. We'll take a look at the season pass once the new season starts and give you my thoughts on that. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it right away like I have in the past because I just don't know what I'm getting myself into until we take a look at it. So Alpha 1 has got some interesting skills here. He has his Dimensional Displacement, which is his ultimate, also known as the active skill. He has the Foot Portal, which is his first auto skill. We have Alpha Signal as his second auto skill. We have Foot Cohort passive skill 1 and Alpha Enhancements passive skill 2. So looking at these skills, Foot Portal sounds like he summons foot soldiers. So we're getting a new character that's going to summon. That's my assumption there, because Foot Cohort probably does something that for however many summons are on the board or however many foot soldiers are on the board, he gets some bonus, or he gives bonuses to the foot soldiers. Pretty interesting. And Alpha Enhancements probably also helps the foot soldiers. So maybe Foot Cohort, he gets a bonus for his summons, and then Alpha Enhancements, his summons get bonuses. That's what I'm thinking is what's happening here. And then since his summon is a passive as opposed to his ultimate, or could be his ultimate, we really just don't know, but I'm curious. What do you guys think about Alpha 1 for the new hero next season? I am excited to see some more summoning units happening. It'd be really cool to see an alternate version of Baxter, maybe in scientist form where he spawns Mausers. That would be really cool coming up in the future. And the last thing, of course, is we want to take a look at the upcoming hero Mutation. Once again, if you guys have any thoughts or comments about the Hero Economy event for Mutagen Man, for the skills, what they might do for Alpha 1, or what do you think about the viability of these Dimension Clash heroes, leave a comment down below. So the first hero that we have on Mutation is Rockin Raph, and we did move Rockin Raph up in the tier list recently. He has been an amazing tune. So if you have him, I'm going to say use him. We're going to take a look at his kit in just a second. We also have Granite, and Granite was on Mutation not too long ago with Ace Duck and Trag, and he is not impressive, not even during Mutation, so I'm going to say pass on him. And finally, Trag. So Granite and Trag, they go hand in hand. Now, Trag is a decent support, so he is someone that you could potentially get some value out of. Once again, we'll take a look at all their kits and let you know my thoughts as we go through that. So let's go into the game and take a look at that. Okay, here we are in my box, and the first hero we're going to look at for the Mutation week is Rockin Raph. Now, I only have him at 3 stars, a little bummed about that, but I do have him, so I will probably be using him out, at least for the first couple days, testing him out for myself, see how well he does in Mutation. If you have a 4 or 5 star Rockin Raph, I imagine you're going to be using him, and he's going to do great. His active skill, Power Slide, he gains 200 armor and barrier for 2 seconds, selects a tile at range 3, moves there, targets all enemies in between and all enemies at range 1 of that tile, so just about everybody, and then deals physical damage, inflicts damage over time for for 2 seconds and stuns for 2 seconds. He inflicts extra damage per strength over 2 seconds. So he does a decent amount of damage over time and stuns with his active skill, making him quite versatile right off the bat. His harmonic strikes gains extra defense per each hero at range 2. Each hero, not ally or enemy, each hero. That's a lot, right? So he's got a lot of survivability there. He targets an enemy at range 1, deals physical damage over 2 hits, targets all enemies at range 1, inflict damage over 2 seconds. So he's doing more damage over time, which is really, really great. I could see him being very, very useful when Mutagen Man comes out, working with him and Muckman together. Pretty interesting stuff going on there. His first passive is called Divine Pick. When attacking, inflict -5 will for 5 seconds. Deal extra damage to targets who are under 0 alertness or are taking damage over time. So that extra damage is probably going to add up, especially because he puts that damage over time out there. And after attacking, he gains 10 strength for 30 seconds if the target was stunned or silenced. So having other characters that are stunned or silenced really helps give him the ability to put out a lot of damage, because 10 strength for 30 seconds is a long time. That's basically the whole battle in PvP. So I'm imagining this is going to be pretty nasty. So also pairing him up with other tunes that stun, like Attila, Metalhead, April, a lot of possible options out there to really get the most out of Rockin Raph. His second passive, Stage Presence, gain +2 will and 10 armor for each hero at range 2 while not stunned or silenced. So as long as he's not inflicted with those negative status effects, he gets a nice little bonus. And once again, it's each hero, not each ally, not each enemy, anybody on the board. And it doesn't say non-summoned hero, so I would imagine summons would give him even more if you were to throw like Technodon up in there, or Rat King, although those guys on their own don't do that great. But Technodon has been amazing in this event if you haven't been paying attention to the holiday event. But I don't want to get sidetracked. So at 225, if you're at 4 stars or 5 stars, you can get this, where he inflicts -30 alertness and -10 will to enemies at range 2 while not stunned or silenced. Now this is like a consistent effect. This is almost a must-have skill. Like this is why I'm bummed I don't have a 4-star, because I would take him to 225, because that -10 will to all enemies, basically, range 2 is a lot of the enemies that are around him. That's very, very useful. And that alertness is going to reduce the amount of defense they can gain. His up to 11, his other auto skill, targets all enemies, inflict -40 alertness for 10 seconds, inflict -30 extra alertness to enemies at range 2. So the closer they are, the more alertness he's going to strip from them. But that's great. He's basically nerfing their ability to gain defense. And then at 250, if you're at 4 or 5 stars, you can inflict silence for 2 seconds to targets at range 2. Target all allies at range 2. Give 25 strength for 8 seconds. So this trickster support style skill here at 250 is really, really useful. So Rockin Raph, if you have 4 or 5 stars, get him to 250 so you can maximize his potential. He's going to be awesome this week. We've found that he's awesome no matter what. So on Mutation, it's going to be scary going up against 4 and 5 star Rockin Raphs. Already, I know it. He also has an equipment skill, his Electric Sitar, right? Whenever an enemy at range 2 uses a skill, inflict damage to them over 2 seconds and gain 15 strength for 2 seconds. So that just getting more opportunities to do damage over time, which can help trigger other characters that might have damage over time effects, or of course triggering his strength bonus that he gets for attacking heroes that are taking damage over time. So pretty cool stuff there. Looks like I can put some better equipment on him. Why not? I am going to be using him for next week, so might as well have him equipped. Okay, I don't want to take too much time running through Granite. He's not impressive. As you see, I don't have him leveled up. People have tested him. They pulled him really quickly. He deals some damage, energy damage. He strips defense. His stun is for half a second, and if they're under 15 alertness. So he might be doing stun more often if they're because of the alertness that Rockin Raph strips, but I just don't think it's enough for it to matter. There's too many conditionals on that, and it's for so short of a time. Not useful, really. Target all enemies at range 1, deal physical damage, inflict -30 strength, inflict negative strength per armor. It's just not enough. He's stripping some strength, but really meh. Maybe that should be helping against Rockin Raph. I just don't see it happening. He gains some armor, and he gains strength per armor with his stone skin. That's okay, but once again he's a tank, a blaster tank, so not impressive overall. And he gives armor and barrier to other allies at above 20 will, if not stunned or rooted. So more conditionals, but 30 is just an okay amount. It's not great. And then resistance to stun to other allies at above 20 will after being knocked out. Give defense to all allies at or above 20 will. So if the 20 will wasn't a conditional, this would make I think he would be a little bit more viable and a little bit better. But we need to have that 20 will bonus. So you need to have other things on the team to give will for this to really work. And his stone stance, he gains armor and receives negative 50 haste for 6 seconds. So he gets strength per armor, but then he loses 50 haste. So he's not really going to be able to do that much more damage because he's basically attacking less. So I don't like that negative 50 haste. It's bad. Again, resistance to stun, disarm, silence for 6 seconds. Okay, that's great. 50%. Yeah, it's one of the best numbers in the game. They have a couple that are higher, but just overall unimpressive kit. I don't think he's worth using even on Mutation. And Trag, though, Trag is a decent support tank, has a lot more viability and better kit than Granite, so I could see people using him. His active, he gives defense and armor to all allies within range. He selects a tile and all allies within range one of that tile, so it's a nice big splash support skill, similar to like Donatello or Mona Lisa. And he gives armor for 6 seconds to targets under 0 armor, and do the same for barrier. So if your friendlies are being mitigated or being having a detriment, this is going to mitigate some of that. So okay, but really just giving out a bunch of defense is the purpose there. And then his first auto skill, fire support, targets up to 3 enemies, deals energy damage over 3 hits, inflicts disarm for 1 second to each target hit, target all allies at range 2, give defense. Now with him it says up to 3 enemies at range 2 and then deal over 3 hits. So if he hits 3 enemies, he's going to hit 3. He's going to do 3 hits, 1 to each enemy. But if he doesn't have 3 targets, he's still going to hit 3 times, and that's going to stack the disarm for 1 second. Although I don't know if it'll disarm for 2 seconds. I think it's still just going to be 1 second because it's each target hit. Yeah, so not that big a deal, but they will get more damage if there's 2 targets than say one of them will get hit twice. His chain of command, he gives alertness to all allies within range 2, so this is definitely going to help out with mitigate to combat against the Rockin Raph bonus, but and after being knocked out, he gives defense and 25 alertness and will, 25 alertness and 25 will for 10 seconds to the closest ally at range 2. So he has to be knocked out first. That's the only thing I don't like about this, is after being knocked out. If you play on manual and you're against Trag, you can easily just kind of ignore him and smash through the rest, and then this doesn't really matter. But if you do take him out, then whoever's closest to him, watch out, they're going to get some 25 will, they're going to get specials off nice and fast there for a few seconds. Gain 40 armor, whoop-de-doo, but after being attacked at 225, gain armor and barrier for 20 seconds. So he does increase his survivability with every basic attack. It's not a lot, but it's something since he is a tank. He does want to kind of stay alive. I actually personally, I'm going to leave him at 200 because I feel like I want or need this, because I want him to die to give that will bonus. I want it to happen at the right time in battle. Take it with a grain of salt. Target closest ally, give 40 focus and 20 strength for 6 seconds. Target all other allies, give 20 focus and 10 strength for 6 seconds. So giving bonuses out, a nice support skill to the rest of the team. And then if you take him up to 250, closest ally gets 40% resistance to stun and disarm for 6 seconds. All other allies get 20% resistance to stun and disarm for 6 seconds. I wish these numbers were bigger. I wish it was something like 80 and 40. That would make it worth it to me to say, okay, I want to take put this much ooze in this character. So I'm happy with my Trag just being at 200, but I'll still use him on Mutation this week, see if he's working out, but he's one I would consider potentially pulling if I feel I need something else on my squad. Okay, that's it. That's all we got for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching and sticking here with me. Like always, Ninja kick that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more TMNT Mutant Madness content. Let's help each other game smarter. Leave a comment with your thoughts about the upcoming event for Mutagen Man, about the Mutation heroes for next week, and about the new season pass and character for next season, Alpha 1. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.